Hey guys, it's Miss Simpson, and it is time for social studies today. And we are going to start talking about problems of the Republic of Texas. So, once we became our own republic, what was happening? What was the problems that they were having? So, let's go ahead and let's start. Um, so, one of the first things the new republic did was they invited new settlers to move to Texas. So, new settlers were arriving. And with all of those new settlers, the population of the Republic of Texas exploded. So here's a bar graph. So we started off a little bit more than 50,000 in 1836, but then by 1845, which is only a little less, like 9 years later, it was at 125,000 people. That is a big, big, big jump. So, the new republic, we owed money for running the government, such as providing for the Texas Navy. So, we started becoming in debt. We had all these new settlers and we were in debt. The Texas Navy, fun fact, had 6 ships, and this is the big Archer as pictured on Texas currency. So, debt. Since they had no money, the republic simply printed its own money. This caused inflation, which means the price of goods was very high. So they were just printing and printing and printing money. They were like, oh, well, guess what? We don't have a lot of money, so let's just print some more. Well, you think that would fix it, but that just made everything more expensive, because the more money you have, the more your things are going to start getting more expensive. These bills were called redbacks because they were printed in red, and that was their currency. The $1 in Texas money, which is this, it was only worth 15 cents compared to our US dollars. So that's pretty crazy. So Mexico also never agreed to the treaty that was signed by Santa Anna. Mexico continued to claim Texas, and it continued its military attacks on Texas towns. So not only were we in debt, not only did we have problems with our money system, we also were still having problems with Mexico and still having to fight them, which we had to pay for, our military. And so that was a big problem. We didn't want to have to fight them. We also started having problems with Indians, and many of these Indians, such as the Comanches, were not happy with their lands had been taken, and they continued to attack these outlying settlements in Texas. And remember, we talked about a few days ago the Texas Rangers. So the Texas Rangers were charged with protecting us. They protected us against Native Americans, and they protected us against Mexico when they came and they fought. But still, again, you had to pay those Texas Rangers, and we didn't have a lot of money. We were printing too much, and we were in debt. So it's a big problem. So then some of the new settlers brought slaves with them to work in the fields. This would later be a problem for Texas when it wanted to become part of the United States. So slavery was a big problem in Texas. A lot of people had slaves that they brought with them from other parts of the world. And when later on we're going to join the United States because we're part of the United States now. And when we do that, the United States is not okay with slavery. And so that's going to cause problems for us later on. President Lamar had set aside lands for schools. However, without money, schools and roads could not be built. So we needed all this new stuff. We're a new republic. We're ready to get started, but we didn't have the money to fuel our newfound republic, our newfound freedom. So we're kind of in a pickle, right? So we're in debt. Our money system is messed up. We are getting attacked by Mexico. We're getting attacked by Native Americans, and we don't have the money for roads and schools and things. So President Houston wanted the capital to be the settlement of Houston. Houston's rival President Lamar wanted the capital to be in Austin. So this is a replica of the first Capitol building of the Republic of Texas. This right here is the original Capitol before it was destroyed by a hurricane in 1900. Well, guess what? This was another big problem. President Houston and President Lamar, I have to sneeze. President Houston and President Lamar, they were fighting over where should we put the capital? Where should we put the main hub of Texas? They were trying to decide between Austin and Houston. And a fast fact about that is when the capital was moved to Austin, the settlement was called Waterloo, and Lamar changed its name to the town of Austin. No. Lamar changed the name of the town of Austin to honor Stephen F. Austin. Okay, next we have the Archives War. So Houston supporters were so disgusted with President Lamar for relocating the capital to Austin that they tried to steal the Republic's official records and take them back to Houston. Mrs. Angelina Eberly fired a cannon to stop the Houston supporters, and the records were returned to the new capital city of Austin. So, okay, we are in trouble with debt. Our money system is messed up. We're having problems with the Mexicans. We are having problems with the Indians. We don't have enough money for schools. We don't have enough money for roads. We can't figure out where we want to put the capital. And so that's causing a war within our own state, within our own country. Within Texas, we're fighting with each other over where the history of everything, the archive should be, all the official records. So that's 8 problems that we're having just by being our own country. So let's talk about the last days of the Republic. So Sam Houston tried to convince the people that it should join the United States. We're having all of these problems. Let's join the United States and that will help us. Houston was in favor of annexation. So that means to leave and go to the United States. So some successes, some thumbs up of the Republic was we got liberty from Mexico. We got new settlers, a new government. We got the Texas Rangers, and now we're having successful elections, people that were actually representing the people. But some downfalls of the Republic is we had debt, a lot of debt. And guess what? We're printing too much money, so it's putting us in more debt. We are not being protected as well as we should be. Yes, we did have the Texas Rangers, but we didn't have enough protection from Mexico and from the Native Americans. And then we didn't have enough money for services. We had no schools, we had no roads, nothing. So yes, there were good things, and yes, there were bad things. So now that I've told you all of the pros and the cons, what do you think you would do? How would you have voted? Would you have said, no, let Texas stay our own country? Or would you have said, no, Miss Simpson, there are too many problems in the Republic of Texas. We should join the United States. Okay, so you have two choices. I'm going to post a flip grid right down below, and you're going to tell me in that flip grid, how would you have voted? So would you say, yes, let's join the United States? Or no, let's not join the United States? And then I want you to tell me why. So you have 2 things for your assignment, and I'll post this down below so in case you forget. Number 1, tell me, yes, I would have voted to join the United States. Number 2, you're going to tell me, no, I wouldn't have voted to join the United States. And then you're going to tell me why. So yes, join, or no, join. And then why? If you would have joined, why would you have joined? And if you wouldn't have joined, why would you not want to join and stay the country, our own country? Okay, guys. So again, I'm going to post your assignment down below. It is a flip grid, so all you have to do is record yourself telling me what you would do and how you would have voted. All right, my loves, have a great day. I love you.